Surprisingly now, I feel like we're more focused because a lot of teams in our conference want to beat us now that we have the ranking, puts more of a target on our back. So I think with the ranking, we became more focused and know that we have to keep our number.
I wouldn't say it's long overdue. It's good to get some national recognition for being successful. There comes an added burden to it is now that you are ranked. People already had enough motivation to want to beat you, and to beat a nationally ranked team is something everybody would want to do. So we have to prepare ourselves for everybody's best effort.
Most definitely. I know I'll have an even bigger role, especially starting in these games, being a starter, just making sure I'm keeping my team motivated and bringing energy every single game that I play.
Well, the players have to develop that talent, and hopefully the players work together to help create good shots where you could shoot it at a good percentage and make a lot of threes in a game. But a coach may put in some drills or help with form, but it's a player who has to take that information and utilize it to become a great shooter.
It motivates me just because I know I have to get it going from the start. Last year playing that six-man role, I knew I had to come on the bench, like bringing energy to the game, but now I have to start with that. So that's very important this year.
I know this year is my senior year, and I just want to go out with a bang and keep improving from last year and bringing what I can to the team.
Well, you try to develop a team that plays unselfishly and plays hard and plays for one another, and honestly, it constantly needs to be reinforced and emphasized and pointed out when you don't do things in that manner. And that's just what we try to do here is make people aware of all the ways they can become better teammates, and also let them know when they're not being the best teammate.
The thing that you said is Davion and Naz, like if one person's not hitting, we know somebody else is. So just, finding that and encouraging them, even though, the shot's not falling, keep shooting. And if their shot's not falling, then somebody else will, and we'll keep rebounding and giving second chance opportunities and stuff like that.
Like I said, he mainly tells us to focus because he gives you everything you need to be successful. It's whether if we're executing it or not. So he's just, getting our mind back on track and saying execute, do this right.
It's really more so our team, how our approach is. Like I say, we've been focusing on attitude recently, just making sure we're locked in from the start, keeping each other motivated, even if we're having a bad practice, just having effort, energy, and enthusiasm. Coach always says those three things are very important, so we value those more than anything.
Well, I think there's just a human nature aspect of, we've been going for a long time. Our first practice was at the end of September or beginning of October, and you're pushing it hard for a long time, and you're halfway through a season. I think it's human nature for people to want to relax a little bit, but with conference starting, we can't afford to relax. So we just bring it to their attention that, hey, this doesn't look as good as it used to look. Now we have to decide how good we want to be. You may be a little mentally fatigued or want some other type of stimulation to get you motivated for the next game, but every practice we got a chance to get better, and we can't really afford to waste any at this point.
A lot of the times we pride ourselves on the word attitude, and we always say it to each other like, okay, even though we're down, think about your attitude, like it affects everything. So just staying focused and being positive to get out of the rut.
I think we've been having the same standards. It's never changed. It's just our approach. We've been focusing in more, being locked in more on the game plan more so than anything, and I think that's shown in each game.
I think this year I have more responsibility in terms of scoring. Like last year, a lot of people could score, and I was one of the people, like you said, came off the bench and provided a boost, but now I'm able to come right out the gate from the start.
Our team, just to keep winning as long as possible. Having a national rank makes a bigger target on our back. So, excuse me, you saw with Lipscomb and Liberty how close those games were. It could be anybody's game. So just to always be prepared, because you never know who's trying to come and take our spot.
I think our goal for the rest of the season is just to keep improving. fixing the little things that we know that we may be able to get away with in our conference, but if we play bigger competition, we'll be able to get away with like rebounding, boxing out, knocking down shots.